One of my friend called me the other day. You know, he was talking about he needed money. And one thing I've learned, what I grew up with, we grew up seeing our family mismanaging money. And when he asked for money, and I've had this mindset of never giving anybody money. I don't care if you have to return it. I will not borrow you money because for me, money is really personal. And if you have to work for money, I don't believe that you should give it to someone to spend it, to help someone else. Although he has good intentions. We all have good intentions. We are Africans, like even people in general, we want to help people. But you cannot help people when you don't have, I'm in debt, I cannot help anybody. And I had to learn that the hard way. Um, so when he called me, he said that the whole story was this guy that helped him with school and for a long time now that guy is getting married and he needs this is the only time that that guy needed money from him, like he needed like, oh, can you help me contribute to my marriage, because the guy now want to marry his wife and he's asking for 200,000. 200,000 is like $400, maybe a little less. And I'm like, bro, are you okay? This is the guy that I'm talking to that has a lot of debt, right? That he takes, and he has to pay for it. And this, my friend, what is left even is like 10,000 francs, or even less. And he doesn't even have his managing. And I'm like, bro, you cannot afford 200K. You just have to be honest with him and tell him that that's the situation that you are in, no matter what, because you put yourself in that situation. It's not like if you were saving money, you wouldn't have that money. If you were saving money, you would have that money, but you end up every time you have money, there's this cycle, like problems always come up. The last time was his somebody got sick in his family and he has to contribute. Next thing you know, this thing got missing in his life, this thing happened. Life will always happen. Life will always happen no matter what. You cannot stop life from happening. But what we can do is we can control how we manage our resources around us. That's why they say prepare for rainy days. And as a good friend, I will not tell him because I wish somebody just tell me like, bro, don't take loans and go to school. So I wanted to be that person who will tell him that you're already in debt. I don't want you to borrow any money. Just be honest. You don't have. Because the moment we keep on taking money that we don't have, keep borrowing money, then we just find ourselves deeper and deeper. An average Cameroonian will borrow money from the bank, will borrow money from the jangi houses, will borrow money from their friends and family. It just keeps going. Like, when is it going to end? So I told him that, bro, no, I cannot help you. Sadly enough, that's it. Like, I think I read in his story, he posed that somebody who you will meet tomorrow or yesterday will have a better plans for your future than somebody you have known your entire life. I feel like that kind of relate to me because I've known him my entire life. That's my childhood friend. But I kind of want to share this because it just shows how powerful poverty is, how powerful um our minds can be corrupted, how powerful we can think that, oh, if this person denies you something, that means they don't have a better plan for you. And it's crazy. I've seen most of us complaining, most of Cameroonians complaining. I think it was yesterday I was watching a video about farmers. The guy said in 1993 or something, he started with a small plot of land doing maize farming. And the population of Africa will double in the next 10 years. So the guy said he started with a small plot of land, and over time now he has 20 hectares, sorry. That's big. And these guys, they are complaining about the time of harvesting. They are complaining about not having machines or vehicles to just um when they harvest to transport these goods. He talks about not having some type of machines to help them. But bro, This guy started with nothing and now he's somewhere. That means what? They are profit in it. So save the money and invest in the farming. He complains about how he takes them weeks and weeks and weeks to harvest. Then you can find more um l- laborers, or maybe you can find an easier method, an alternative, by you using your resources. He even talks about how moles will affect the corns if they don't store it well. One woman we talked about how they went to like a conference that taught them about how to preserve their maize. That means they have to be like a warehouse with cement so they can put the corns inside, so they can treat them, so they can last longer. They know this stuff, but yet they don't put it in practice. So their maize keep getting worse, like it keeps spoiling. So about 40% of what they produce will go to waste. Who is to blame? Because they keep saying that the government needs to support them with this, the government needs to do this. Is the mindset that we have. That's what makes us leave our continent to come somewhere else, because we think that there's no opportunity. Some farmers will even say they have to, because the farm is so big, they have to tell their children to not go to school and to help them on the farm. Maybe that's why people grow up running away from the villages and farmland, because it's stopping them from being educated. But I think like we have the wrong approach to these things. Now you're making people hating the farm because it's interrupting them with their what they should be doing in life instead of going to school. They have to focus on something at some point, right? So my advice for these farmers is invest. Invest. You have money, because it's not like these people don't make money. If he started with a small plot of land, if the maize farming wasn't profitable, he wouldn't have got to a point where he has 20 hectares. So now you can tell that there's something wrong. Why is he blaming the government to come and give them better alternative? He talks about he doesn't have storage. He has that 20 hectares, but he's not thinking about storing his produce. And he says that he's been forced to sell them early. And he was saying this is long time ago. This is like 11 years ago. That video. He was saying that he sells them for 1,800, but in the market it goes for almost 4,000. So who is profiting? It's not the government. You if you sell at a loss, fine, but like the middleman is profiting from your stupidity. Probably the middleman has a warehouse. He's probably gonna keep it there and go sell it somewhere. So we have to educate ourselves, like on 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 like better decisions to make. When we're doing this, if we are farming big, then we have to have a better storage so our produce don't get spoiled. Because what's the point? We have seeds, we plant, we have to take care. Like the process is all true. We have to take care of everything we have. It's about management, right? So if you cannot manage your farmland, no, not don't blame anybody. If you cannot manage what you are making, don't blame anybody. Because I used to be in that situation where I'll always call my friends and borrow them for money, and then I realized, why am I even borrowing people money? Like if I don't have, why am I spending money that I don't have? It's a sad reality, but we are in this we live in this society where it forces us, everything we see we want to buy, it forces us to consume more than what we produce. Like we just spend money daily, but we make money monthly. It makes no sense. People get paid weekly, but every day they go to club, they spend hundreds of dollars every day. And it's like, what is happening here? It's like we're in this cycle where we just go to school. It makes us to be laborers who work for the rest of our life, make money, and then consume a lot of stuff, accumulate a lot of stuff. And one thing that I always want to share lately, I've been so free because I saw the need for my job. I've been working full time, 42 hours, and I decided to stop working 42 hours and working 32 hours instead. So instead of having 2 days off, which is the weekend or whatever, now I'm having 3 days off, and it just kind of feels so thrilling. Feel so relaxed, because if I don't work today, tomorrow, I'm not thinking, oh, the next day I'll go to work. No, there's another day for me. There are 7 days a week. I cannot be working 5 days um and leaving just two. No, now 3 days it feels more. I feel like it's a more work-life balance for me. And as long as I can pay my bills, I can pay my student loans off the same amount, and there's no point to having extra to just for what, everything is good for me. And now I'm actually focusing on other sources of income more. I'm actually growing businesses aside more, which that's the most important thing, because I feel like when we are constantly in that, you know working, we lost track of having um better thoughts that comes into our head, better ideas, better like to think outside the box of getting out. Because some people say, oh, how can I create a business when I'm always at work? Okay, then you have to slow something down. How can you slow something down? Cut your expenses. If your expenses are so small that you will not need to work 40 hours, fine, cut them down. And then maybe you have more time to think, you have more time to produce, you have more time to actually create something for yourself.